Hello. Good day. Welcome back to Scarlet Hollow, where it seems we're almost at the end, but I'm not even sure what happens at this point. I know the other things that were going to be happening was there was a party that was potentially going to happen, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I also noticed, I didn't notice this before, and I don't know how I didn't notice, but there's a hardcore mode. And I don't know what that means. My only guess is that maybe it only autosaves? But I don't know. Would you like to see a recap before starting episode 5? No. We do not need a full recap. You wake to the sound of birdsong. That's the Reese DLC. I see. And to the welcome aroma of breakfast sizzling down the hall of Stella's intimately cozy cottage. You're supposed to do a recap. Okay, well, let me load then. Okay. Do we want to do a full recap? Okay, test my observation. All right. Let's do a full recap then. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Oh, Gretchen. Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Horrifying. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at its shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. I can't ever imagine saving Duke. I'm gonna be honest. I can't imagine any choice where we ever save anyone that isn't Gretchen here. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. Octua. Ugh. Okay. Hang on. This is a good time to do this, because I mentioned it before on stream. So, I don't know how many people have not seen Dragon Ball Z. So that thing in its mouth is literally Cell's tail. God. Okay, that's not perfect, but whatever. Like, it was the first thing that came to mind is this thing. You gonna let me just put this as an image? Okay, there we go, yeah. It's Cell's tail, except instead of... I know, I'm sorry. But instead of eating people with it, they inject something into it. Like, that was the first thing I saw when I saw this thing. But then there's the deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it's gone. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what do we do? Stella, keep an eye on him for us. Make sure he doesn't get in any more trouble. Welcome home. Oh, he didn't have a bag on his head this time. I kind of always thought he had the bag on his head. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sign of suffering to come. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. Which we did. From now on, you're back at the estate by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Yeah, okay, so this is... Some of this is just recapping the plot, but some of this is also recapping the specific choices that we made. Because it, like, we chose to continue doing the walk. We saved Gretchen. We walked on the way back. We stayed at Stella's house. And then we told Avery about it. I'm going to keep my ears open for you. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Why have you seen Rosalina around town? Gretchen begging for the cheese. I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting in any trouble out there. Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm noticing that she is not in any of these. Kanika is missing for some reason. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget about that. Well, that's weird. That's suspicious. I know, right? Even if it's already too late to stop what's going on to happen. Interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye was Rosalina. Girl carrying a bundle of snacks popped through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of the hill. Okay, so there's definitely something fucky going on with the recap. Because that's... Kanika is saying something and it's not registering that Kanika is saying anything. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. My dad says our house is haunted. Okay, but Miles is fine. But she's interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. You can still feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator. You all right, Deckard? Stella reaches for your shoulder, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Okay, so that symbol was a bunch of arms with chains. The second symbol was I think it was like a ram's head. And the third symbol was, it was like a bunch of different creatures. Deckard, are you all right? Wait, Becca and Alexa are still down there. You can't leave them there. I know which way they're going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. So we saved the friends. Yeah, this hurts. I know. Darkness quake as the mind collapses around you. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. As you ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Deckard, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. Just want to say I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Deckard, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Deckard, aren't you? My name is Beau, Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. The policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy. And with that, breakfast is served, and Gretchen is absolutely begging for at least a small bite of my waffle. Yep, he's the dog. Mayor Jimmy! You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. Please, can I have a waffle? Oh, man. Waffles are so great. Oh, we could give Mia a little waffle treat later. We do have a little waffle treats for her. I like absolutely failed the skill observation check. Needless to say. So he didn't notice that Kanika was missing in all of those? Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Try to put a finger on it, but something compels you to dislike this man. Sebri told him. Oh, okay. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Deckard. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you'd ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open. The basement is what you might expect out of the tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from the piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering at their creator. Yep, Kanika in the back. You can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. I haven't been cleaning up much. Dinner is already laid out. The dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Blank anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and intense. His shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. So we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Deckard is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that, so I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in that basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask permission from my mom just to have friends up. Reese stops him in sense, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Hey, you're just in time. Rosaline is situated in the back. Alexis is going to keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Oscar and Blank startle as the door swings open. Oh! Oh, look at Gretchen! Hold it, you're not taking my cousin along on any more of your little hijinks without me. Whoa. She is also beaker-coated. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Oh, oh. Meep. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch on the floor around it stained in reddish brown. I'm going for it. See Gretchen's little face? Was that your best meep? So here's the thing. That was the best meep that I know will catch on the mic. Because I know it's... I know if I try and do a higher pitched meep, the mic will gate the meep. In fact, I just tried it and can confirm it does gate the meep. The meep is forbidden from the microphone. Okay, well, I tried. Meep gate. I'm going for it. Wait, do you hear music? Oh, hello. Movement serves as a figure cloaked in shadows rise to attention. Stella? There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. He doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Blank, 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 blank. Bullshit. You and Tabitha come to in a basement, a mound of packed dirt in front of you. Your friends are nowhere to be seen, though Sybil remains standing on the stairwell, as if she's been waiting patiently for you to get up. Ah, the spirit is gone and the two of you are back, and both of you are whole. I have to admit, that is quite an unexpected outcome. Excellent work. I'm so sorry, I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, and yourself included. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. You open your eyes. It's a new day. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Tulip made up some imaginary friends and keeps telling us they want her to go out there, like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. Wow, even back here, Kanika is silhouetted. You're so sleepy, even eepy, some might say. Perhaps just a little eepy sleepy. But she's 7. Of course she would get some funny little idea like that. I'd love to get the community to rally around a big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. A wall of bodies, picket signs, and megaphones in hand forms a human barricade around the entrance to the Scarlet mines. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. Citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal. You find yourself feeling more comfortable and your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Hashtag creative writing major. Truly, truly, the writer of our ages. I eep, therefore I sleep. Now, on to business. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here, a cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it, your feet moving without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Whoa, you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside, we're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand. I'll pull you out. Leave us alone! Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand with the tranquilizer, this is our shot. Before Dr. Kelly can fire, a different shot rings out. Reese's body is thrown to the wall. Shotgun in hand, your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on his writhing body. You leap forward, placing your body between Tabitha and the whimpering Reese. Uh, his face already trying to stitch itself back together as he writhes on the ground. Oh, yeah, the like... Oh, God, hang on. Can I even do that? Okay, sound warning. I'm going to try and do that. I don't know what that's going to do to the microphone. It's really hard to do it like the same pitch that Dan does it. But yeah, I agree. That's a really good comparison. It's like I can kind of do it before it gets gated, but it does end up getting gated. Oh my god, hot. Hey baby, you want some... His face already trying to stitch itself back together as he writhes on the ground. Stop. Both of you shut up and help me drag him into the safe room now. You turn to see Dr. Kelly, already pulling her son towards the open doorway. You sit on the log beside Stella. Deckard, how did you find me? Do you have a clip redeem? No reason, just wondering. I don't. I should get one. I need to figure out how to set that up. You hate me. You can just hit the clip button. Like, clip does just work. You just have to, like, you have to clip, like, a part of it. Have your fun tonight, but you should consider returning to the estate tomorrow. Tabitha won't be around, too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. And you might be surprised at what you find. So, you coming in? You drift off together, limbs entwined, exhausted, safe, and comforted. Tomorrow may bring some new horror, or it might not, but whatever happens, you'll face it together. It's time to continue your journey. Wake up. You wake up to the sound of birdsong and to the welcome aroma of breakfast sizzling down the hall of Stella's intimately cozy cottage. The soft cotton oversheet you're wrapped in still smells like her. The gentle morning sun shines in through her bedroom window, specking the sheets with dazzling spots of light, warming the spot where Stella lay beside you all night. You feel like you've had a good night's sleep for the first time in days, and you know you have her to thank for it. Oh, if we didn't know that she was into ladies, there was signs. There were definitely signs on the wall. Oh, I didn't notice she has a little Mothman plushie. Any other stuff we didn't notice because we were busy looking for her? Oh, there's a Gretchen plushie. And she has a stuffy. Bye, Queen. So true, so true. Join her in the kitchen. Deckard, hope it wasn't too noisy in here. I wanted you to be able to get some more sleep. I know it's early. Still, it can't be too bad to wake up to somebody making pancakes for you, even if it is at the crack of dawn. Oh, Gretchen. So for those who don't know, Mia is my dog. And, Mia also does this little thing where when she wants your attention, she'll hold her paw up, like, to, I guess, indicate, like, look, my paw is up, pay attention to me. Give her a morning kiss. You take a step forward, leaning in close. You can feel Stella's smile broaden as you plant a gentle kiss on her cheek. Shake for treat, perhaps little treat. Offer paw for treat. Offer paw for snack, maybe a little bite of what you have. Aw, Deckard, you can do better than that. Oh, she takes you in for a full kiss. Before you pull away, she takes your face in her flower-dusted hands, pressing her soft lips to yours. She smirks as she turns back to the pan. How'd you sleep? Aren't I the host here? Isn't that what I'm supposed to ask you? But I slept great. Of course I did. Thanks again for everything you did yesterday. You have no idea how light I feel right now. Pancakes? Oh, I wanted something else. Absolutely not. We do not turn down pancakes. It was so nice to wake up here knowing your face would be one of the first things I see. Stella's gentle smile spreads into a grin. Well, aren't you romantic? If you think my looks are nice, wait till you try my pancakes. These will have you coming back for more. And that's the last one. Let's have ourselves a breakfast feast. She motions the pancake-laden plate towards the table. You take a seat. Take a bite of your pancakes. You take a multi-layered bite of Stella's pancakes. They're incredible. A perfect crispy crust with a light and fluffy interior. Still steaming from the heat of the pan. With a generous pour of maple syrup adding a flavorful sweetness. A rich, buttery aftertaste lingers on your palate. Gretchen, meanwhile, desperately wants a little bite. Just a little snack. A stack of these made with love by someone who cares about you is a perfect way to start your day. So, should we talk about Reese? Stella seems to choke slightly on her bite of food. Oh, I don't know what there is to talk about. I guess I'm just sorry I wasn't there to stop all that from happening, but it's too late to fix it now. Stella quietly stares down at her pancakes. It's better than letting him kill someone. I bought us time to figure out the best course of action. Stella continues staring down at her pancakes, but her shoulders loosen a forced smile plastered on her face. Oh well, no point talking about it. We have a lot on our plate today, so many mysteries to solve. What if we take a chill one? No ghouls, no mysteries, just hang out before I leave in a few days. Somehow I don't think she's gonna be down for that. Wait a minute. Okay. So, she's wearing a Salem shirt. All of her shirts have in some way been connected to what happens. Like, every time she's wearing, like, we see her wearing a shirt, it's somehow connected to what happens. Why would you say that? Because every time she's wearing, like, every shirt we've seen her in has in some way been relevant to the plot. Wayne stopped by while you were in the shower last night. Whoa, that's scary. This is my house. I live here. What did he want? He said Tabitha wouldn't be around today. What a coincidence. I was going to just suggest snooping around the estate. And unless Wayne is lying, which maybe he is, it sounds like today is the perfect opportunity to snoop. How can we be sure that Tabitha won't be there? I know Tabitha. She'll be at work. Plus, isn't there a strike going on or something? No way is she going to be relaxing at home today. We'll have the place to ourselves. I don't trust Wayne, but I do trust him on this. It does seem like he knows a lot about the goings-on, even if he is creepy. So it's settled. The estate is our next destination. This is going to be so much fun. You have no idea how long I've wanted to go in there and see what's in all those dusty old rooms. I couldn't exactly sneak in when Perlan was around, but now, the estate is practically begging to be the subject of my next video. Alright. Pancakes have been eaten and I am fueled up for today's activities. We do have an ad starting, but it's not going to be any, like, major plot stuff yet. We're just getting the setup for the chapter, so I'm not going to wait. It's only a few minutes, so you'll just be missing some of this conversation if you're not subbed. If you're not subbed and you want to see it, sub, or go watch the VOD, or watch it on YouTube. Alright, let's go. Let's head out. Yeah, Gretchen looking sadly that we did not give her any pancakes. Stella stands up, Gretchen hopping down from her chair to stand at Stella's side, and the two of them lead you to the door and out into the chilly morning air. The walk through town is quiet. It's early, and though you can smell the diner cooking up breakfast for hungry miners and brewing coffee for cops to sip while ignoring the horrors of plaguing Scarlet Hollow, Main Street is deserted. Wow, that was a hell of a sentence. You and Stella feel like the only people in the world watching the sun rise over the library. The estate looms over the three of you, more unwelcoming than it's ever been, as if the small bit of time you spent away in a warm house still full of the love that built it has made the mere thought of the crumbling manor unbearable. Wow, I can barely remember the last time I made it my way up that hill. Perlan didn't exactly make it easy for me to see Tabitha, so we usually hung out anywhere else we could think of. Y'all had a tendency to shoot first and ask questions later, so I figured it was best not to risk winding up on the business end of her shotgun. You only make that mistake once. It's sad to see how much worse it's gotten. That cliff used to be a lot further away from the house, but it's claimed a lot of ground. The place looks like it could fall any day now. It used to be such a beautiful house. Okay, so it's like, it being like this is a recent development. Together you cross the threshold, the ancient door creaking open to reveal the familiar dusty foyer. Knowing Tabitha isn't here to keep you in line gives the place a new feeling, like you have complete ownership of the place and that any secrets that one told are yours to be uncovered. If only you can figure out where to look. Well, if I have complete ownership of the place, I have some ice cream I need to go eat. You can feel how much the floor is tilting. Jeez, the place has really gone to the dog since the last time I was here. Everything feels so much older and disused. I can't believe Tabitha is still living here. I'm sure she has a lot of memories tying her to the place, but it feels like it could come down around my ears any second. So, where to first? Y'all are so obsessed with the ice cream. I just want to know. Alright, let's go to the bedroom. Yeah, let's go up to my room first. Oh, got something up there you want to show me? Tell me with your flirtatious wink. Lead the way. The two of you make your way up the rickety stairs and into the guest room. The moment you enter the room, Gretchen and Frou-Frou start growling at each other. This was not out here. You know what? It's peanut butter banana. It is peanut butter banana ice cream. Uh-oh. This is gonna be trouble. What is there to know? I want to know how tasty it is. You said it was free spirit. Yeah, but I gotta know. You have to taste test. Gretchen lets out a short, sharp yap. That's all it takes for Frou-Frou to launch from the bed, skittering way down the hallway. You hear her gallop down the stairs, undoubtedly returning to her spot in the kitchen. Gretchen is victorious. Anyway, if I remember correctly, this is Perlan's old room, right? Tabitha really wasted no time getting this place turned over for guests. Someone has been here. The closet is wide open and his contents have been dragged out into the room. A discolored residue smeared on some of the larger boxes, giving you a hint as to who might be behind the invasion of privacy. I bet it was Wayne. Holy shit, that mess has got to be Wayne, right? I think I'd know it if you were that messy. Did you say this was Perlan's old room? I knew someone died in here. Tabitha was so dismissive when I brought it up. Perlan did die in her sleep, so one can assume. Maybe Tabby just didn't want to talk about it. It's okay. Now you can just sleep in my bed for the rest of the week. If Tabby gets mad, oh well. She should have made you sleep in a dead lady's bed without even telling you. Okay. Notably, the closet was not like this yesterday morning. So your room's been tampered with. All the more reason to check it out. You would still cross the room to investigate the open closet door. The back of it hangs slightly ajar. It looks like it was never a solid wall at all, but rather a door previously hidden behind a pile of boxes and papers that was dragged out of the way overnight. There's no doorknob, only a small circle of metal where the doorknob would be, punctuated with a keyhole. Do you remember what I said? If you don't wake up with Stella, Wayne carries you. Ah, that makes sense. He must, like... You must get carried from the bedroom through this area. Is that a hidden door? Yes, I knew it. I knew there were going to be hidden passages. Stella lifts out her camera, nearly fumbling and dropping it in excitement. But she regains her steadiness, aiming into the gloom of the closet with a sliver of light from the room beyond. Sailors, you're not going to believe this. We're here in the Scarlet estate, trying to get to the bottom of what exactly is going on around town. And I've just uncovered this hidden door in Deckard's closet. I think you're right, Stella. Wayne is behind this. Does that mean Wayne knows about the layout of the Scarlet estate? You know, I'm really starting to wonder what he has to do with all this. I don't like how close he seems to think he is with you. Maybe he knows what's going on. He made this way too easy. This feels like a trap. What's he gonna do? Ooze on us? I'm not afraid of him. I'm way too intrigued by the secret door. There's no way I'm letting him scare me away from going through the hidden passage in a closet to an entire wing of a mostly abandoned mansion. Stella steps forward, filming as she dramatically opens the door, its hinges creaking appropriately. Together, you enter the forbidden wing of the Scarlet estate. Secret tunnel through the mountain? The room you find yourselves in is mostly barren, with no real furniture to speak of. The wallpaper is peeling with neglect, and the floor tilts uncomfortably beneath you. Already you can see why Tabitha was so intent on keeping you out of these unused rooms. This doesn't feel like a place for humans anymore. Do a quick Observation. Nothing notable. I don't know what's wrong with this cake you got me. It's mostly eaten. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. It just mysteriously was gone. Stella continues forward, excitedly. Camera held up to catch every detail. You follow her into the hallway beyond the small, forgotten room. Probably mites. Those would be some big mites. Wow, an exclusive look at the ruins of Scarlet Estate. Even if you don't find anything supernatural here, this is already great stuff. Who are you calling big? I want you to know, when I saw that, the first thing that popped into my head was whenever when in SpongeBob they say pinhead and Patrick just says, "Who you calling a pinhead?" Okay, so all the pictures are torn out or rotted out. Before you is a long hallway. Dust dances in the weak sunlight, beaming in through cracked glass. A tinge of mildew stings your nose, warning you away, though there's nowhere else to run to now. An ornate entryway, its door long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Ooh, those are fresh prints. Of Bel Air? She zooms in on what you now notice is a faint trail of human footprints along the dusty floor of the hallway. I made that joke. Lilac didn't get it. Oh no! Looks like our friend has been doing some exploring of his own. We'll have to be careful. I'd rather not run into him while sneaking around in there. Yep. Let's investigate the entryway. You both make your way to the dark doorway in the middle of the corridor. It's a parlor. Of course the scholars of old would have had a dedicated space to entertain their guests. It would feel elegant if not for the massive crack that runs the entire length of the floor. The air here stinks of mildew. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There's a large painting on the far wall. From a distance it looked like it might depict the town. Okay, so there's a church. I'm assuming that this is the two families, because it's Shaw and the Scarlets. I'm not seeing anything like particularly out of place, besides that it's just a house that's falling apart. Jeez, it's a miracle any of this is still standing. Tabitha should really think about moving before this half of the house decides to finally finish falling off the cliff. As Stella excitedly films a B-roll of the ruined parlor, something else catches on your eye too. A bookshelf, or rather what's left of a bookshelf, hanging by a single rusted hinge. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space beyond. Once hidden, now exposed by the rot of this house. And it seems that Stella spotted too, as she turns her camera towards the dark entryway. Is it... Where? Oh, over here. Okay. A hidden room. Oh man, the fans are gonna love this. Investigate the painting first. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic, which was still called a hospital at the time of this painting. The church, and then there's somewhere you've yet to see. The historical Callaway Tremaine homesteads. Oh yeah, we never went there. Okay. Interesting. That would be a little town. Oh, there's a plaque under it. In commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten. Okay, Enoch did something. And that's what caused all of this. I feel like writing something like that is just asking to wind up gathering dust in a neglected room like this. Let this be a lesson to all my viewers looking to immortalize their life's work. We know that Enoch did something that Charlie was trying to break. So I guess it's probably... So we know there was one symbol here. We know there was a symbol here. And we know there was a symbol here. Does that mean there are 5 symbols? And there's one in the church and one in the estate, and then one in the households? Or there's just 3? So, all 2 of you, maybe. Alright, let's look for the hidden room. Stella takes you by the hand, her firm grip lending you a sense of security even as you both step over the wide gap on the floor. Together you duck between the shelves, stepping over water-damaged books and into the darkness of the hidden room. The space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the walls. The wallpaper, a deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. We have seen this room before. We've seen this room in one of the visions. Because this is the room where they were looking at the wood for the mine. There's a symbol of Norse mythology back here, for sure. That's like the Yggdrasil mark. It's covering an assignment for all or something, Sebri said. Maybe? The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets. Some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty but mostly intact. But all these are ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to an expensive-looking antique desk in the center of the room. Gretchen barks out at the rest of the room, attempting to intimidate whatever it is she smells. Gretchen, we wouldn't want anybody to find us here. Who knows, they might try to seal it back up. Amontadillo style. Amontillado, not Amontadillo. Gretchen quiets down, but that doesn't stop her from thoroughly investigating the space. This is it, Stellars. The kind of find every urban explorer hopes for. A hidden room locked away in the Scarlet estate, full of weird artifacts and keepsakes that no one was ever supposed to find. Okay, so this is Atlas holding up the world. For sure. This is like an Illuminati thing. There's some alchemical stuff up here. They weren't counting on a couple of investigative documentarians like us going looking, but here we are, about to blow your family's sordid past wide open. Let's go look at the bookshelf. Maybe the collection of literature can help you learn about the room's occupants. You approach yourself, your eager eyes poring over the titles for anything that seems to stand out. The upper shelves are mostly classic fiction. Oh. Hi, Rix. We're definitely gambling with our lives here, because this house could fall off of this hill at any moment. So Moby Dick, Shakespeare, various Dickens novels, nothing that stands out as particularly interesting. How are you doing today, Rix? The bottom shelf seems to be home to reference books, heavy volumes of long, outdated construction law, treatises on various aspects of the coal industry, but there's also a book on city planning that stands out to you. The spine is marked with a dot. Doing well playing Rivals. I haven't played Rivals in a bit. You pull it out, the shelves above shifting precariously as if the book held some load-bearing purpose. The instant you crack its spine, a slip of paper falls out. Ancient and fragile and yellow with age. It's some kind of map. Do you play Jeff? I did play Jeff when I played. I really liked playing, I liked Jeff, Captain America, and Cloak and Dagger were the 3 that I played a lot. Okay, so some kind of map. You mean America's ass? Correct. Okay, so I'm right. There are 5 of them. There's one that's missing. There's part of the map that's missing. So, it's an old map of Scarlet Hollow, and somebody circled a bunch of important landmarks. Town Hall, the mines, the clinic, and the old farmhouses, too. Okay, so... we know the mines had one. We know the Town Hall had one. We know the hospital had one. So that means that this definitely has one. And then the one that's missing is the church, which means presumably the church has one as well. Wait a second, at least 2 of these had stone carvings buried in them, right? And it sounds like there's one in the basement of the clinic, too. That has to mean that there are more around the town. This is a huge clue. Now we have a lead on where to go next. I played Gambit, Moon, and Jeff. Hell yeah, Jeff. I have not played since either Gambit or Moon Knight were added. So I have no idea how either of those play. Is Gambit the pretty lady? No, Gambit is the guy from New Orleans. Who is the pretty lady? There are several, you're gonna have to be more specific. Do you mean the one who notably has big thighs? Is that the one you're talking about, Lamb? Is there one that's yellow and black? There are a couple that are yellow and black. Magic? Magic is the one who turns into a demon, yeah. She's like the rocker who turns into a demon. She has, like, blonde hair and has, like, a black outfit. Looks kind of like a Valkyrie. Alright. I'll hold on to it. I don't get the feeling that anyone knows it's gone. Stella takes the book, both the book and the map from your hands, shelving the former and pocketing the latter. Let's check the desk. You step towards the desk. Maybe there's something worth finding in his drawers. Let's open the top drawer. Top drawer mostly contains old-timey letter-writing materials, complete with a fancy dagger-shaped letter opener and a wax stamping kit emblazoned with the initials ES. The wax seems slightly gnawed. Okay, so that was Enoch Scarlet. Underneath, you find a pile of crumbling financial documents. Scrawled in neat cursive in every spot that needed a signature is the name Enoch Scarlet. This must be his desk, meaning this must also be his study. Hidden among the documents, you find an ancient photograph. A stern blonde man stares up at you from the detritus at the bottom of the drawer. A face you're surprised to find you recognize. Teddy. It's the man from your vision, the one in the hospital bed. I've seen that before. That's the picture of Theodore they put up in the local history books. That's your great-great-uncle or something, the one who died in the collapse. I'm gonna tell her about my vision. I had a vision about him yesterday. No way. Enoch was about to take Teddy home from the hospital after the collapse, but afterwards told Doctor it was just an imposter. Enoch said he was working with a witch and that she'd be able to help him fix things, but this was in the hospital after the collapse. He didn't die in the collapse, Enoch just said that he did, but I also saw him promise Teddy that a witch was going to solve their problems. Stella focuses the camera on you to explain the vision you saw yesterday. She's clearly shocked by this revelation, drinking in every word, eyes growing wide. What's that about a witch? I would have figured Enoch was some straight-laced religious dude. Definitely seems like there are a lot of layers of this mystery we've yet to uncover. Close the door. What about the bottom drawer? The bottom drawer offers some resistance as you try to pull it out. It seems like it was locked, but there's a bit of metal. Though the bit of metal attempting to hold it shut seems to have rusted to the point of uselessness years ago. It gives with a sharp tug, rotting wood splintering softly somewhere within the century-old desk. Oh! Two possums stare up at you from within their nest of old glass vials, their beady eyes blinking with surprise. Gretchen immediately starts barking and straining to get at the poor beast, breaking the eerie silence of the furniture into the cacophony of doggy wrath. The possums fall over, feigning death. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. If you aren't dating Stella, you wake up with them on you. Oh no. I'm not letting you go after a couple of poor little possums. You don't even have teeth. This isn't a fight you're gonna win. He reaches out a foot, holding the squirming Gretchen close to her chest, and slides the door shut. Possums are safely stored away where the bloodthirsty, toothless pug can't try to wrap her gums around their little throats. Let's go step away from the desk. Is there anything else to do in here? Nope. Let's leave. Alright, now let's go with those footprints. Reginald's Best, Old Carolina. So this is wine and some kind of alcohol. I guess beer, maybe? You find yourself on the third floor of the estate for the first time. As you take in your surroundings, Stella slowly pans the camera down the length of the hall, working to build dread and tension for her future viewers. Clears her throat again, resuming her narration in a charmingly professional hosting voice. Clearly, Decker and I are not the only people who have passed through the supposedly forbidden wing. Who knows, we might end up running into someone else sneaking around in here. If you're watching this as found footage after the two of us went missing, now you know where to start looking for our bodies. She drops the camera after her morbid joke, her voice returning to its usual cadence. Looks like the footprints go all the way down into this hallway, into that far door. Let me move the boxes in front of the nearest door. Boxes slid out of the way with a bit of elevator. She pushed them past into the room beyond. I was so fixated on the footprints I didn't even realize there was a room here. That probably means there's some really good stuff. The kind of stuff people put away hoping nobody will find it. The kind of stuff that makes for a great video. Oh, I hate that. I hate that because that is what the doll looked like. The room is coldly empty. The large antique bed is made. Its sheets ancient and dusty, but still somehow giving off the feeling of tidiness. Even with the cobwebs stretched between each corner of its four-poster frame. Let's check the desk. You step towards the desk, its drawers practically overflowing with stationery. You start opening drawers. Each one is filled with paper, stacked haphazardly, practically spilling out as you attempt to dig through for anything important. All these bills and receipts are in Edwin's name. Guess we know whose desk this is. The rest of the room is so neat and tidy, it's amazing that her drawers are such a hoarder's nest of old paper. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Scarlet Ladies have always been like this, pretending they have everything together on the surface, then being a total mess on the inside. Sounds like Tabby to a T. Oh, don't tell her I said that. When you reach the bottom right drawers, you find something entirely different. Greeting cards, letters, small wrapped packages, some open, some sealed, some crumpled into messy balls. Love, Dad. To my sweet Tabby. Wait. To my sweet Tabby. Love, Dad. Oh, hi, Miss Agoni. Welcome in. Hello. I hope you are having a good day. How's everything going? We're currently in a decrepit, crumbling old house that may or may not fall apart while we're in it. And we are getting to the end of the story that is available right now for Scarlet Hollow. And the tension has only steadily been building. How are you doing? Greeting cards, letters, small wrapped packages. Some open, some sealed, some crumpled into messy balls. You open one of the cards, both pages taken up by a handwritten note. What is that little thing? I like that little thing. Oh, the feral face? Or do you mean the pro-stoic, like, controller thing? Oh, that's one of pro-stoic's emotes. I remember the game. Luckily, I'm doing very well. I'm so glad to hear that. Tabby, hope you're doing well. Not a day goes by that I don't miss you. Hope Pearland treats you to your best Christmas yet. I'm not sure what sort of doodads you're into these days, so I sent a little something that made me think of you. I made sure they were the best shells of the bunch. Not sure how rare any of them are, but they're awfully pretty, and they've still got that beach smell. Make sure you put your ear to them. It doesn't compare to the real thing, but it comes close enough. Did you eat anything? I ate pancakes in-game. As for lunch, I had a burrito for lunch. And in case you think that makes me a cheapskate, I make sure to send along a little cash too, so you can get yourself something a little nicer than a glorified beach dress. Make sure you get Pearland to take you to the nice toy store, because that's where I'd take you if I was there. More butrito. Delicious, delicious butrito. If you get the time, I'd love to hear from you. I miss you so much, Tabby. I'm always thinking of you. You can come out and visit me anytime. I know you've always wanted to see what it's like out east. I've made sure to write out my address on the back of the card just in case you didn't know how to get a hold of me. Been missing you, my incredible, wonderful, amazing daughter. All my love, Dad. Tabitha's dad. Oh my god. Solo's camera averting its gaze from the deeply personal letters. Tabby said her dad never tried to get in touch, that he just abandoned her. You pull out another, closer from the top of the pile. Hi brother Tabby, it's me again, your old dad. So the big 2-0. I can't believe my daughter is such an adult. In my mind, you're still that bouncy little kid doing cartwheels on the front lawn, telling me what various sounds animals make like you're the professor of animal noises. I have no idea if you read these, but I'll keep writing them, even if it sometimes feels like I'm writing them to a ghost. I mean, we haven't spoken in almost 15 years. You're a whole human being now, and I have no idea what you're like. I like to think we'd get along, though. As always, my address is on the back. I hope you decide to come visit me one of these days. I've got a guest room all set up just in case. Always ready for you, kid. I'm gonna bet, before we turn these over, That the address is like scribbled out or something. Oop. I love you and I always will, no matter who you turn out to be. Love, Dad. There are years and years of these. The bottom drawer is almost entirely unopened envelopes dated from when Tabitha would have been just a kid, all from him. It kind of looks like Everdeen and Perlan were keeping these from Tabitha on purpose for practically her entire life. That is tragic. Absolutely, that is tragic. That is horrifying. I don't even know if we should tell her. I mean, there could have been a good reason, right? Like, maybe it was awful and telling her would be just painful and dredge up bad memories, but... Okay. Huh. Tabitha deserves one good thing in her life, and I don't care if she yells at us for snooping around back here. You're right. She has to know the truth. Look in the closet. Make her way to the closet. It's as lifeless and tidy as the rest of the room. It seems Everdeen kept things neat and orderly. Or as neat and orderly as she could, considering the decaying state of the place. This looks to me like where Perlan would go shopping for Tabby's clothes. It's exactly the sort of thing she wears. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen her in that dress before. I hate this part high key. The only thing besides her clothes and shoes is a box, shoved off to one side. You pick it up. Child-size overalls, striped shirts, a small pair of trousers with suspenders still attached. One of those little sailor suit boys from the 50s were always wearing. Boys' clothes. That's weird. When was the last time a boy was born into the family? Other than you. Mommy, I am in here too, and I love you. When you pull out the last shirt, a note is revealed tucked away in the bottom of the box in a protective plastic sleeve. It's scrawled in almost illegible handwriting, written in some thick, brown, watery ink that's cracked with age. Oh. What the? As Stella handles the note, Gretchen anxiously stomps on the floorboards. It's okay, Gretchen, you don't have to swarm so much, it's just paper. Really, really creepy paper. Stella zooms in on an unsettling note, making sure the camera takes in every detail. Okay, I get the footage I need. You should put that back before you get a curse or something. Drop the note back into the box once again, covering it with the clothes. Oh, didn't like that. Folks, what you just saw, found at the bottom of the box of boys' clothes hidden away in Henry and Scarlet's closet. Yet the only children she supposedly ever had were two girls. This mystery is getting so thick, it's gone from gumbo to gravy. I found records yesterday, actually. Everdeen had a stillborn boy, middle name Charles. Stella's eyes go wide. No way. You're not just winding me up, right? Because that is a bombshell. I mean, you think Charlie? But then, oh my god. Hear me out. What if he wasn't stillborn? I mean, he would have been a bastard son, right? And with Enoch the way he was, and the fact your family has the whole Southern Gothic thing going on, I hope we find out more about this. Forget about gravy. The mystery just boiled over. Alright, let's get out of here. Her ladyship's chambers. Explore Everdeen's bedroom. You and Stella return to the hallway. Let's look at the window. You carefully approach the window at the far end of the hall. That sure is a cliff. There's nothing below the window but the tops of distant trees and the ground having crumbled away. The only thing that's stopping you from plummeting to your death is the straining foundation that still somehow holds this place together. At least for now. Jesus. Go to the middle room. Oh boy, we got a haunted nursery, everybody. Check the bookshelf. The top shelf is occupied by antique picture books, Dick and Jane, nursery rhymes, ancient editions of Grimm's fairy tales. The lower shelves are full of educational material from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From the sheer number of learning-oriented books on the shelf, you get the impression that the children who lived here were not supposed to be as interested in fun and fiction as they were in diction and spelling. They missed an opportunity to say fun and fiction and spelling and diction. Your family may have been wealthy, but maybe not in joy. Let's read a few practice books. You leaf through a few of the practice workbooks, gently turning the near-crumbling pages. Alexandra Scarlet. Reasons Mummy should take me and Maribel to the zoo. 1. We have been very good girls and have not cried for a whole week. 2. Maribel says elephants are so big and I would like to see one. 3. I think it would be very fun and Mommy would have a good time. All are signed with the carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. You flip through the rest of the book, your eyes unfocused as the many practice sentences and letters copying pages flash by, but something near the back of the book gives you pause. In a section that starts with the prompt, Today Alexandra continues with, talked to the boy in the wall. The boy in the wall. Are you kidding me? People are gonna think I planted this or something. It's just too creepy. Oh. No. He was locked in that room, wasn't he? This laugh prompt lingers on you. If all these practice books are the same, you wonder what else you managed to find under Today I. You have the next copy, opening it to the first practice writing page. Today I told the boy on the wall about my family. Oh, that's smart. Let's see if there's any more about him. Then the boy on the wall said he was happy he has a kid to talk to. I'm also glad because Maribel is mean sometimes and tells me what to do. He's really nice and I hope he can come out of the wall to play with us soon. Today, I told the boy on the wall that I am sad. He's really nice and told me he knows how to make Mommy be nicer to me. He said Mommy tucks him in every night and reads him stories and is never mean. And that, if I was in the wall, Mommy would also be nice to me. He said there can only be one kid in the wall, so he will have to switch places with me, but Mommy will be nice to me, so it's okay. What? Today I had dinner with Mommy. So she made a special dinner and sat with me the whole time, and I was a good girl and ate it all. Mommy is proud of me. It was a good day and I am happy. The rest of the book is blank. Alexandra disappeared, didn't she? You both share a moment of silence staring down the empty pages. Only the typed words, Today I, staring back up at you. Hey, hold on. This encyclopedia has something sticking out of it. If Daddy plays with me and Maribel, Alexandra Stew. Scarlet. If my family goes to the zoo. If Mommy and Grandpa took us to work. If me and Maribel and Mommy and Daddy and Grandpa have a picnic. All are signed with a very carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. There's a strange fantastical element to these pictures. Everyone is smiling and sitting together as any family would in a child's drawing. It feels like these are drawn in the same hopeful way a child would draw a unicorn. Expressions of some reality that Alexandra could only dream of. Daddy napping. These are the joyless illustrations as well. Daddy napping shows their child, or shows their father sleeping in a chair. A bottle of brown liquid conspicuously drawn on the table next to him. The girl's hovering in the doorway some distance away. Mommy going to work. This is a different handwriting. Shows, oh, no. I think she was sad when she did this one, so maybe it just ended up differently. As their mother walks away, an angry frown scrawled on her face. These are awful. The viewers are going to eat this up. You get the feeling these are more accurate depictions of the girls' lives. Well, so the reason why I say that is because all of her handwriting has been largely the same, but then when you look at this one, it's more slanted, and this, like, these letters aren't the way she's been signing the rest of her name. The boy in the wall. Last picture you pull out gives you pause. There's a new figure here, seemingly drawn behind a barrier. The two girls sit on the other side, smiles on their cartoon faces. The boy in the wall. There he is again. I'm assuming at this point he was definitely real. I wonder what he looked like, or if they ever actually saw him. So I'll make sure to linger on the image, getting plenty of B-roll footage of the scribbled lines. Let's get out of here. I can't think too hard, smooth brain. Fair enough. Alright, let's go in the farthest room. You've been following the trail of footprints, approaching the farthest room down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. Gretchen begins to shake in fear. Whining meekly, she glances around the room with wide, anxious eyes. Your stream is at least an hour. W. Hey, fair enough. I was expecting that it would only be an hour, so you're right. It's okay, Gretchen. It's just a big empty room. There's nothing to be scared of. I'll be the judge of that. I can't tell if that breathing is Gretchen being anxious or just something breathing. It pains you to stand in this space. Emotions hang over you, strong, oppressive, and overwhelming thoughts that threaten to fill your lungs. You don't feel death here. You feel something worse. A deeper loss, one that's left a wound that is refused to scar. You can't help but fixate on the carpet in the center of the room. The corners rumpled as if it had been recently moved. The breathing is the OST. Fair enough. Also, welcome in. Alright, well, we gotta move the carpet. You pull the carpet up, exposing the bare floor and revealing what lies beneath. Okay, so... So we have 5 symbols. We have the... This is the symbol of Hermes, which would be the hospital. We have the ram's horns, which I can only assume is somehow related to the library, because there was a lot of, like, lamb iconography. This must be related to the homestead, because that's where a lot of the food was grown. And then these 2 would be the other ones. An ornate ring of sigils has been carved into the floor, 5 along the edges with a 6th in the center. The circle emits a now uncomfortably familiar feeling. You feel your gaze forced to crawl over every intricate detail of the carving in front of you. Is this some kind of magic circle in the Scarlet estate? Clearly Enoch was pretty serious about the whole occult thing. This is about as occult as you can get. But you're too far drawn into a trance to respond to Stella, or even to pay much mind to what she's saying. Your gaze crawls upon the intricate details unbidden. The serpents wrap around the staff gives you flashes of the room beyond the morgue, and the darkness that swept through the house once it had been uncovered. The fist and chain, which I guess is over here, makes you feel like you're back in the claustrophobic confines of the mind, surrounded by the angry hammering of its memories. The horns are the same nightmarish feeling of the world constructed by the furious ghosts of Charles Shaw Jr. Those are new to you. The feelings they emit are less intense, giving only vague impressions of what they might be tied to. Golden fields, the mewling of fresh souls just slithering out from the womb and desperate to be fed. I know that rings like bells in your mind, calling you not towards it but away from it, pushing you from its threshold into the darkness. Okay, so it must be these 2 then. This one reminds you of the amazing world of Gumball. How horrifying. Okay. So this must be the mines. These 3 are the ones we found. This one must be the church, this one must be the homestead. The central symbol is the strongest of all. It echoes out across the room, a vast ego proclaiming its dominance. You okay? Oh no, did the circle do something to you? Talk to me, Deckard, snap out of it. A bell chimes, not calling me, but pushing me away. There's a field somewhere, torn by hunger, and... Hey, come on, stay with me. Get you out of this room. Flash to a confident smile, her eyes shining as they meet yours. Her faith in you is unwavering. Stella crosses the room, shining the camera on the door of the far side. Like the way you entered, it too has been left ajar, as if inviting you to explore what might be behind it. The doors to this room seem like they would be almost totally invisible if they hadn't been left open. There aren't handles or anything, just keyholes. It's gotta be a hidden passage. Amazing. Your family really pulled out all the stops when it comes to creepy stuff. Okay, this is the locked room, and it is no longer locked. Notably, there's a bunch of, like, scrapes everywhere. Of, like, something being dragged in here repeatedly. You've exited a short hallway. There are stairs here leading back down to the lower floors, but there's also another door. It's hanging ajar, the many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. The door frame itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the world beyond time and again. Holy shit. I was left unsupervised with cake tummy hurt. Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry, Lamb. I cannot protect you from the mystical draw of cake. Gretchen's whining reaches a fevered pitch. Geez, okay, I get it. The scary room is too scary for a little dog like you. You don't have to go in. Just don't go running off anywhere. See how the edge of the door is all messed up? Looks to me like something didn't want to be put back in there. Before you can stop her, she steps into the little room, her camera drinking in every detail. Oh my god. You step forward to join her, Gretchen remaining rooted to the floor outside. Oh, hate that. Hate everything about that. This is a prison cell. Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches, legible words mixed in with nonsense of desperate clawing. The one window set high in the far wall is fitted with a thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars beyond just wouldn't be enough to hold the imprisoned. You can't help but notice the doll from your closet sits watching you from the bed, one eyelid drooping. It adds an extra layer of menace to the already deeply unsettling room. Look at these scratches on the wall. Did a person do this? I can't imagine how much it would have hurt. It stinks too, like nothing I've ever smelled before. I've been in sewer drains that smelled better. Abby, what happened here, Deckard? What the hell happened? The pain radiating from these walls howls through your mind. Whatever lived here lived in constant torment. But the etchings on the walls are more than just evidence of suffering that went on here. Whatever was trapped in these walls is trying to send a message to you or to anyone who might happen across it. Are you scared of the Procopia dolls? I haven't gotten a good enough look at them, but maybe. Your eyes are drawn to the massive almost letters, dug as deep into the brick as this cell's prisoners could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. I see... Oda? It almost looks like a word, though none of the lines meet up, causing you to constantly doubt whether they're letters at all, or just lines that fool the eye into imagining shapes that aren't there. Ova? Ozarks? I've never seen that show, but I heard it's good. Your stomach clenches with nausea as you run your eyes along the deep froze in the wall. But whatever it was in here, one of these words to be known. So you do best to store them away, trying to burn the image of them in your mind, carving deep into the wall, bloody against the filthy brick. The doll used to be in my closet. I hate that thing. Oh, don't pick it up! Property of Alexandra. It's always talking about how she went missing. It's one of our town's urban legends. I wonder if they ever found her body. Maybe there wasn't a body to find. Is this how Alexandra went missing? Jesus. This doesn't all feel like old skeletons in the closet either. The smell is too fresh. And some of those locks on the door are modern. Tell us this ain't even hang in the air. I just hope Tabitha didn't know about all this. I think it's possible that the whole time we knew each other, all those nights we stayed up late night, she might have known this existed. No, she didn't know. She wouldn't have let something like this happen. Okay, I can't ask anything else. I can't quite understand what it says. It doesn't quite seem like it's Ozark. It's like it's something. It's definitely O. The writing on the wall is purposefully illegible. Ineligible. Illegible. Obviously not Ozarks. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Jesus Christ. I don't want to be here anymore. You've been so interrupted by a sound wrapping around you. Music. The tinkling of piano keys played by a clumsy hand. They echo up a narrow staircase at the end of the hallway, one you've yet to travel. You hear that creepy music, right? Belle seems uncharacteristically shaken. She clutches your arm, the camera trembling in her hand. Oh god, someone else is in here. You know who you'll find if you choose to follow the tune. It's an invitation. Wayne's blackened fingers sending out a message across the quiet house. The two of you stagger back into the hall. Think it's him? Wayne? Stella seems to swallow her momentary fear, straightening back up and letting the light return to her features. If it is him, he could have information. He seems like he knows a lot about what's been going on in town. And who knows? Maybe he'd be more willing to talk now that we found all those secrets your family's been hiding. Okay, we gotta save it here. Okay, so this is the music from the intro screen. We'll go talk to him together. Of course, no way are we splitting up. I'm not gonna let that creep draw you into some trap without me around to help you out. Come on, Gretchen, I'll carry you. So what was this thing that was in the middle? What was the shiny thing in that room? Stella scoops up Gretchen, the pug still visibly shaking with fear. This place seemed to instill in her, though. Stella's comforting grip seems to ease her poor little doggy spirit. That's right, my little old lady. Nothing bad happened. Besides being shaken to my core, I guess, but nothing physical. We're just seeing one scary man and then we're leaving. Her grip is firm and warm and reassuring, and together, you make your way down the hall. Source of the eerie music. The stairs take you into what you have to assume was once a servant's quarters. A network of cramped passageways hidden away behind the expansive rooms of the estate, without so much as a window for illumination. It's the doorknob of the door you entered through. If you wake up alone on day 5, you're locked in the Forbidden Wing until you find it. Ah, okay. That does make sense. Okay. But you persist and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet Hollow, the echoing piano, your only company. Soon enough, you see light again, the sun creeping in through the edges of a nearly hidden door. I knew that, but I forgot you didn't have the context and didn't know what you were asking about. Yeah, there was like a doorknob or something on the bed, but I guess that's the thing that I was supposed to be able to find if I was locked. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceiling and tall windows are almost disorienting as you step out from the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic harmony as it whips in from the overgrown courtyard outside. But as you make your way into one of the side rooms, utterly dark save for the open doorway on the far wall, the music stops. There's no warning, no gentle fade or dramatic slamming of keys. When you make your way to the music room, Wayne is already standing, his eyes glimmering in the darkness behind his stained veil. I'd hoped you'd come alone. Well, you better get used to me being around, because your days of harassing Deckard are over. From now on, you'll have to harass the both of us. That's alright. You can enjoy your slattern. You and I are already bound by our fates. You need to come to understand that if you expect to help anyone, yourself included, you're running out of time. Damn, he straight called Stella a slut. Wow. He slips away into the shadows. Angel of Music answers call. What did you just call me? Whatever, let's just leave, yeah? Now, I think we've seen enough. And the floor down here feels like it could give away, throw us down the cliff at any second. The warmth you and Stella shared last night seems to fall apart in the fresh air, shaken by the unearthed secrets of your family's past. A tense silence holds between the two of you as your mind does its best to grapple with what you found. The cell, the doll, Enoch's occult sanctuary, the boy in the wall and his outfits in Edwardine's closet. Is it possible your cousin has known about all this? Your eyes dart back up to Stella. Her gaze is fixed on some non-existent point far off in the distance. You can only try to imagine what she might be thinking. Maybe she feels you're connected in some impossible way to what you've just discovered. Like you carried whatever went on in there in your blood. And Tabitha who lived under the same roof at the cell the whole life. Silence feels like a terrible thing, like detritus, clogging the air, suffocating the fragile growth of a barely formed relationship. There's a feeling that the longer you wait to say something, anything, the more your tentative relationship will unravel second by second. Say something. Say anything just to break this awful silence. Do you think Tabitha knows? What? Absolutely not. Tabby's not the kind of person to lock someone away in some sort of dungeon. I know her. She's not the sort of person who would keep something like that hidden from me. Are you mad at me? I did consider using... Are you mad at me? You just got way less info. Oh, because I didn't go by myself? Should I load back and go by myself? Is it worth it for me to do that? Do you want to? If you want the info... Okay, tell you what. Here's what we'll do. I'll save here. Are you a true run kind of guy? I almost told you not to. Well, so... I'm fine with going to get that info and then just loading this save. I'm fine with learning that info if it seemed important. But I leave it to the chat. Do I load back to go learn that? Do you know who was in the room? My guess was it was Wayne was in the room. Because it was either Wayne or it was, Alexandra was in the room. Or it was her mom. I don't have a lot of theories of who was in the room, but I don't know for certain. Tell you what, we did make a save just before we did that, so we will do that, just to go learn what it was. I'll go alone. He might be more willing to talk if it's just me. Use your saves, baby. Alright. We'll be close by, okay? As much as I want whatever info he has, he's creeping. I'm ready to fight for you if it comes to that. Rest a sorry palm on your shoulder, giving you a confident grin. Then you step forward, making your way down the hall towards the eerie music alone. Okay, so... Same thing. Same thing. Oh, the music... Okay, hang on. There was something different in that. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceilings and tall windows are almost disorienting as you step out from the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic harmony as it whips in from the overgrown courtyard outside. Okay, so he didn't stop this time. It finally stops as you reach the doorway. Wayne stands from the bench. Thank you for coming alone. He makes his way down the tilted floor towards you, the sheet covering the old furniture flutter as a slight breeze sweeps through the room, carrying with it the smell from the wound that is his body as he approaches step by careful step. I hope you enjoyed the sightseeing. He stops just a few paces away, and I trust you understand the implications of what you've seen. If you aren't careful and you put your faith in the wrong people, things could go very, very wrong for you. What was with the doll? She liked it, so I liked it too. It was nice to see it again after so many years. You were the boy in the wall. That's what I thought. I wondered if you were the boy in the wall. Does Tabitha know about this? Of course. Why do you think she invited you here? Don't ADHD circle at me, Stinky. I'm sorry. I see what you're doing. You're trying to make me doubt her. No, I'm not gonna push on it. Remain silent. I've given you a glimpse into one of your possible futures. Whether you choose to believe me or not, it's up to you. But I urge you to consider believing what your eyes have shown you. Your freedom is on the line. You have to put your cursor through the wash. Who lived in that last room? Wayne cocks his head almost playfully. I did. I'd been in that room a long, long time. Though my being free now is meaningless in the grand scheme of things. The town itself is enough of a prison that I might as well still be stuck behind that door. But at least I'm free enough to warn you. The phrase scrawled on that wall. What was it? Why does it feel bad to think it? I'm glad you noticed. It's a weapon. Hold on to it. Take a step towards him. No. What do you mean the town is a prison? I can't leave. No one really can. As it stands now, Scarlet Hollow doesn't like letting go of its prisoners. They may be able to cross the town line, but not without paying a price. That can be changed, though. It wasn't always this way, and it was never meant to be. We can put an end to it. How do I know you're the right person to trust? If you're still asking questions like that, I know there's nothing I can say that will convince you, but I will keep looking out for you whether you trust me or not. What's with the dramatics? Isn't this all a little theatrical? There were things you needed to see, and I doubt you would have been interested in a private guided tour. Not when I'm the one who would be giving it. And once I'd helped you find what you needed, I wanted you to choose to come to me. To know you were truly open to a conversation. Why should I care? Because it affects you whether you'd like it to or not. You want to be somebody else's puppet, Deckard. I can guide you to where you need to be, but it's up to you to open your eyes. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Find her, pry them from her hands, and then everything should start falling into place. The thought feels slippery. You're unable to hold onto it, and the holding is painful, like you're gripping onto it in white-knuckled fists. You're forced to let it go. It fades. Unless you're already starting to forget about her. Memory's a disloyal thing, isn't it? Physical, easily manipulated. But something being missing from your head, it doesn't mean it's gone from the world. There's a memory that I can't quite hold on to, a thought that almost hurts to think. Keep it in the back of your mind. Try not to let it hurt too much, but don't let her take it from you either. You'll remember when you need to. The thing is, I don't know if I can say I'm with you all the way, but I do trust him that he is looking out for me. Whether he's doing it for me or because he himself is trapped here. So I do think I trust you, but I don't think I don't know what I'm supposed to do. His shoulder seems to relax slightly as if he's relieved. Good, good. Our enemies rely on keeping us divided. They know how much stronger we can be together. Be careful who you trust. I will always be there when you need me. Wayne steps away, his shining eyes watching you unblinking from behind his veil before finally disappearing back into the darkness of the estate. You make your way back to the dark, cluttered side rooms and return to Stella's side. You reach with a nervous grin, clearly relieved to see you, even though you were only gone very briefly. Gretchen stares up at you with her big, worried eyes. Well, you know. Good. I'm glad I didn't have to jump in and start a scuffle with the guy. It's at least more useful this time. Let's tell her about what we learned. Share everything he said, Stella focusing the camera on you and nodding along as you talk. Tabitha, no. I can't believe she was in on anything your family did. I just can't. She wouldn't willingly go along with something like that. I refuse to believe it. He clearly has alternative motives, right? He's totally trying to turn you guys against each other. Let's get out of here, like now. Makes your hand and grip strong, if trembling. Gives you what feels like a poor attempt at a confident grin. Together you make your way out of the Forbidden Wing, practically running until your feet hit solid ground, and the skin is embraced by the crisp autumn sunlight. Okay, so the same thing, the cell, the doll. Wayne's insinuation that Tabitha has known about all of this, and even more that she has partaken willingly in your family's crimes. Not only that, but she has designs for you. Is it true? Your eyes dart back up to Stella. Her gaze is fixed on some non-existent point far off in the distance, and you can only try to imagine what she might be thinking. Maybe she feels you're connected. Like you carry whatever went in your blood in Tabitha. Tabitha who lived under the same roof this is that cell her entire life. Okay. Say something, anything to break it. Okay. I'm gonna go with my gut, because originally I was gonna say, are you mad at me? I'm gonna say, are you mad at me? Am I mad at you? No, of course not. Why would I? I never think you had anything to do with that. Just like it's obvious Tabby doesn't have anything to do with it. I don't care what Wayne says. He's a stalker and a creep, and we obviously can't trust him. We have to see her. She deserves to know what we found in there. Now, those letters from her dad. Her mom kept so much from her. It makes me so mad just thinking about it. Okay. We don't know everything there is to know about what my family's done. We shouldn't go to Tabitha until we follow every loose end. I was always going to see what we saw today, but there's nothing forcing us to go to Tabitha. We don't have to see her. So I'm assuming I'm only going to get to pick one of these. I'm going to say we don't know everything there is to know about what my family's done. We shouldn't go to Tabitha till we followed every loose end. But, okay, I get it. But if we're not going to Tabitha, then what are we supposed to do? We have to do something. Wayne said we should find the witch. I don't know what you see in that creep. I don't even know who this witch is. And it's not like he said where to start looking for her, right? Stella's the point. You have no idea where to begin finding this witch. Or for that matter, who she, like Stella, you assume this witch is a she, could possibly be. Think harder. There's a blurred place that comes to mind when you think about this witch. Less of a place, more of a location, but less of a location, more of an idea of a location. A sort of almost location where you feel like you know where it's meant to be, but where you couldn't for the life of you describe it. You could follow that important feeling. We do have an ad starting soon. Tummy Hort makes me feel very close to Reese, not gonna lie. Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry, Lamb. Okay. So I will say, I was talking to Lamb, and say you know who the witch is for credit. I was about to say, I do think I know who the witch is. Even before this, I had guessed yesterday off stream that it was Sybil, or that Sybil was somehow connected as the witch, because they kept making allusions to Sybil doing something here, and she's causing some things to happen. She gives the herbs to Tabitha, She gives the poison. I'm gonna make a funny joke you ignore when I say something mildly self-deprecating, you read it. No, I read the jokes too. I'm tapping out of Ray tonight, feeling sick. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kiski. I hope you feel better soon. Okay. We'll pause here for a sec while the ads run. As long as I keep my insides inside. Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better soon. Okay. Take this opportunity to sip my water. Alright. I am curious how much more there is. Because this is supposed to be half of Chapter 5, I believe. Or is this Chapter 5 and there is a 6th chapter? 10 years. Ah, yes. Also, I happened to glance at the Steam page and saw that, there's 219 achievements for this game. Which is kind of absurd. That's a lot of achievements. I know it's because there's achievements for basically everything. Episode 6 and 7 are up to release someday. You're still in the first half of episode 5. Fair enough. Alright, let's keep going. Walk alongside that strange feeling. I can't explain it, but there's a feeling, like I know where to go. Trace the fraying threads of memory forgotten. Okay. You take Scarlet by the hand and rush down the road into town, Gretchen clutched tightly to her chest. You follow that blurry feeling, your attention drawn, with a tunnel-like focus, the rhythmic falling of your feet. Your surroundings distant and unreadable, save for the warmth of Stella's hand gripping tightly in your own. You lose sense of time as you go. But then, the footfall stops. You find yourself on Scarlet Hall's main street, in front of an old bricked-up building you don't recall ever seeing before. But this is it. You know it is. Oh, is this what you were looking for? I don't know, it doesn't look like there's anyone here. Those bricks are pretty sturdy. It wouldn't be easy to get in. So the general store is bricked up, and that's why Kanika was missing. But then, hang on. If Kanika was missing, why wasn't her brother missing? Why wasn't Miles missing? Look, I don't know what you thought you were going to find, but clearly it's not here. We're out of options. Let's just go to Tabby. It's not going to be the end of the world, I promise, okay? Hey! Miles emerges from around the corner. The sight of him is at once familiar and unfamiliar. You know him. You've seen him around town at least once, but the rest is hard for you to remember. Blurry. Maybe you don't know him that well after all. Oh, hi, Miles. What are you doing here? Just looking for Sybil. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be chasing the Loch Ness Monster? Deckard wanted us to find a witch. For whatever reason, that witch was supposed to be around here on Main Street in broad daylight. That probably sounds like a lot, but we might as well be looking for the Loch Ness Monster, doesn't it? Look, don't worry about it. We'll get out of your hair. No. No. Witches are real. Deckard, you know it. That's why you came down here, right? You know there's something wrong. I think I did something bad. It has to do with Sybil and somebody else, and that somebody feels really important. And I feel like if I don't remember before it's too late, never mind. This is stupid. I sound crazy. Not crazy, but you and Deckard are starting to scare me. Can somebody tell me what's going on? It doesn't sound crazy, though. You feel an odd sensation he's talking, a creeping recognition. But you can't seem to hold on to it, a slippery thought that refuses to be fully recognized. No, you're not crazy. There's something wrong and it has to do with your family. Your sister is missing. Draw a blank on who Miles' family is supposed to be. Deckard, Miles' dad is... I knew it. I knew something was wrong. But I don't know what it is. Nothing happened. I woke up and everything was normal. It's cereal, and then Sybil said she was going somewhere with somebody. No, wait. The person was there too. I talked to them, and then they left. I went out to the street. Because the office is closed for renovation, so I had to wait outside until it was done. It feels like he's recounting a dream, the memory slipping through his fingers as the words leave his lips, leaving only emotion. This is how I felt when Dad died, but nobody's dead. Your dad never died. Please make it stop. Have you talked to anybody else about this? No. Nobody else lives here. I don't need people looking at me funny the rest of my life. Miles, I live here, and I'm not going to look at you funny, I promise. Gretchen, on the other hand, might. I'm not talking to you about this. I'm trying to talk to Deckard. Besides, it's okay if you think I'm crazy, because a lot of people think you're crazy. Because of my videos. Because of a lot of things. Whatever. I should have just kept my mouth shut. It's like neither knows anything anyway. Sybil is behind this somehow. I know she is. I don't think so. She helps people. Yeah, she's always been there for me. We practically grew up together. I wish I knew where she was. She would know what to do. Maybe when she comes back. Miles looks confused. No, we can't wait. He tries to collect himself, wiping away his tears and choking back whatever remaining sobs he had left. Look, I don't know about her, but you seem to get that something's like actually wrong here. None of this makes sense. There's this guy on the edge of town, Julius. Crazy, but I remember him coming around and asking questions. He always has his notebook with him. I don't remember what he asked me, but he'll remember it. You gotta talk to him or get him to show you his notebook. He probably knows more than anybody about what's going on. I didn't want to have to ask anybody to help me, but it's like I can't think straight. I need somebody to do this for me. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Not again. Please, not again. Do what for you, Miles? I can't know how to help you if we don't know what this is all about. I'm lost. Forget it. This is so stupid. Miles, wait. But the young man turns and leaves before giving me any further details. Seriously, what the hell is going on here? Why is anyone talking normally? It's like everybody's going insane, unless I'm going insane. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna keep rolling with it, I guess. We have a place to go, so let's go. You and Stella make your way down the road towards Julius Tremaine's farm in search of answers. Answers that you hope will finally start to bring things to a resolution instead of unearthing even more mysteries. That's pretty horrific. I agree. On the lam. Reach the farms without getting arrested. Hang on. I have to read the full text of that one. Reach the farms without getting arrested despite being on the police's radar. As you and Stella make your way along the sunlit dirt road, you feel it. A tingling at the back of your skull. An urgency. Almost like a hand pressing you gently forward with the threat that it might become more forceful if you don't comply. Like so much crying. Crying that can only stop if you tend to it. The feeling is strange when you try to examine it more closely. Contradictory. The cries of a presence that desires to be left alone, yet at the same time needs you in its presence. It's bringing something into this world, and it needs your help delivering it. You pick up the pace, pulling Stella along by the hand, as your legs take you where you need to go. Hey, whoa, what's going on? You don't need to tell her a thing. Explaining will only waste time, and right now, you're needed somewhere else. Stella continues to talk, but her words grow faint in the back of your mind, your attention fixed elsewhere, your mind ceding control to your feet. Hi, Wayne. And so the trance goes on until it's hauled by the unlikely sight of a familiar figure on the path ahead. Good. You found your way. I knew you would eventually. Oh, not this guy again. I'm surprised to see the girl is still here after how badly she wanted to run to Tabitha. I wonder how long that will last. Why do you keep trying to undermine me and Stella? I don't need to undermine something so fragile. I only need to wait. You're such a creep. Are you seriously suggesting Decker would want anything to do with someone like you? Just leave us the fuck alone. Stella rushes forward and swings wildly at Wayne, but she's no match for his human speed and strength. He pins one arm behind her back and covers her mouth with his free hand. Know that my letting you speak is a privilege that can be revoked. I could make it so you might never speak again. Now, may I finish? Stella's muffled screams sound far away. You should be feeling something right now, but you're not. Too disconnected from your surroundings to be grounded enough to care. The girl can't save you. None of your friends can, but you can save yourself with some guidance. The witch is at her most vulnerable now. She's dangerous to me, but not to you. She can't hurt you in any way that matters, but you can hurt her. Let's go to Stella and toss her to the side. Oh my god, that was disgusting. You're disgusting. If you ever touch me again, I'll... Be careful of the farmer. And good luck. Before you can react, he gives you a hard shove, and your feet are moving on their own accord. One in front of the other, set on their course towards the edge of the woods, whatever might be waiting beyond. Hey, you said you can manhandle Deckard like that. Next time I see you, you better watch out. Stella must be with you, trailing behind as you march onwards past the trees into the sunlit clearing where the two farmhouses stand. The trees part, the woods thinning and giving way to messy patches of scraggly in-season garden vegetables, seated in between a pair of farmhouses on opposite hills. Not that the details is important, your destination is the further of the two structures. Lilac got arrested. Wow. Irma, what's going on? I get a page from the sheriff and nobody's here. Where are the cops? I called him on account of Bo went missing, and last I heard he wanted to go give Julius a piece of his mind. First the sheriff went in alongside the web deputy, one in the sunglasses. But then something happened. There was a gunshot and this awful howling. More like no creature I ever heard. I don't know if I had Stella here. Be careful. Let's just save the game. That's when the other deputy, the black one, ran in and shut the door behind him. Nobody's come out since. So everyone's inside. Starting to get concerned. Running out of folks to call for help. Where's that Deckard and Stella Richmond? What the hell are they doing here? Hi, Dr. Kelly. I don't know what's going on with Deckard. He's like in a trance or something. I don't know what to do. You're aware this is a crime scene, right? And that the cops are all missing. The talking is just noise. The words don't matter. There's a humming in your head, almost like a voice. One you can barely make out, but you know it'll be clear the closer you get to the stone. You start wandering up towards the farmhouse at the top of the hill. Deckard, wait. Irma, watch Gretchen, okay? But you continue forward. You barely even notice your hands slipping over the doorknob. It's gonna be alright, Irma. We'll get Bo out of there, I promise. Now you're inside. Oh, fuck. Hello. Oh, fuck. Sheriff Hugby dangles in the middle of the room, an axe attached to some strange mechanism in the ceiling. It's embedded in his face, holding up his corpse in an imitation of life. Jesus. Careful, Joan. There are traps all over the damn place. Is he okay? Joking. Oh my god, why is it always the head? Why is it always the head? I got it out of this place, I got it. Diligently pulls the door, but the weave of fibrous tendrils holds it shut. It would seem that the same forces that let you all in refuse to let anyone leave. Take a deep breath, Stella. Stay right where you are. You're all gonna get out of here. Okay. Okay. Slumps through the wall, tears streaming down her cheeks. Past the bar, you can see a giant pumpkin through the door. The garage cracked open, its guts strewn across the floor, seeds dotted across the hardwood, like a trail of breadcrumbs leading to the basement stairs. What the hell is going on here? Derrickson, the doc here yet? We need a medical professional down here. Bro, stop traumatizing your girlfriend. I'm sorry! I had nothing to do with this one. I see a bunch of MREs, and I see a bunch of stuff about guns and survival supplies. His voice is coming from the basement. That's where you need to be. He's been sought, Joan. You better call somebody. The doctor's here. Julius, you should let her come down. You don't really want the officer to die down here, do you? I'm not the one blocking the stairs. I'm not the one you have to convince. It won't be blocked for you. The stone wants you here. Everybody shut up. Avery, that's your name, right? Get pressure on that wound. Yes, ma'am. Get away from him, kid. But the doctor, I don't care. Let him bleed. You're only making problems worse for yourself, Tremaine. Dr. Kelly quickly pulls out her phone. Damn it, there's no signal in here. What the hell are we supposed to do? But you already know what to do. Approach the basement. You're vaguely aware that Officer Derrickson is trying to stop you, but he's too nervous to take a step. You reach the basement door. Avery's down there. Yeah, right? Try to call out the weird fleshy vines blocking your way. They're strong, but they relent to your touch, whelping you down below. Who the hell? So you tried to undermine me, which I should have known you'd try and find a way around the rules. You've trapped the town. This isn't what any of us wanted. You should nullify the deal before this gets any worse. It's just unhappy. I didn't think something like that would be so opinionated. But I have a plan to placate it. If it wants a less broken body, it can have one. Then we'll see if it still feels cheated enough to hold a grudge. It's not too late enough. You can let Eddie have the baby, and your family can go back to normal, happy and unburdened. I'll clean everything up. It can be like nothing ever happened. I'll even leave town. Manipulative hag, that's what you wanted all along, isn't it? This whole ordeal was just an opportunity for you to have access to it. Well, I know better than to hand an ounce of power to you, Verena. Our partnership has come to an end, which I'll be continuing with my business, and you should be grateful that I'll let you continue on with yours. One of these days, Enoch, someone will be strong enough to do what needs doing. I can wait. I can wait a long, long time. Hey. You're not dead, are you? Say Enoch fucked everyone over, even the witch. The witch. Sybil. She send you? She trick you into taking her side in all this? Guess I should have known I probably wasn't the only one whose life she decided to fuck with. But all that ends now. I'm in charge here, and I'll get what I was promised. Hey man, calm down. It's all good. Speak for yourself. Oh, fuck. Oh, Bo. Your vision finally focuses, and your mind is once again your own. Everyone watches you furtively from across the room. The man, Julius, holds a gun in silent threat. Franklin clutches at a nasty wound in his side, blood spilling out onto the dirt floor of the unfinished basement. And in the corner is Bo. Something is attached to him, the source of that awful noise. It stutters with pain inhalations. Bo is still breathing, but he doesn't look good. The stone brought you here and stuck you in the middle of another nightmare. Deckard, we can't get to you. The door is sealed shut. Even as she yells to you, her voice is faint, barely audible behind the now thickened roots and vines that block your escape. Let's bring Deckard up to speed. Julius, he looks a little shell-shocked. Where do I fucking begin? Alright. So the witch. I caught her doing some shit she shouldn't have been doing, and she offered me a deal if I kept it to myself. Always wanted to raise a boy of my own. God never saw fit to give me the chance. She gave me the means to right that injustice. Only it obviously didn't go quite the way it was supposed to. Calloway's interfered, just like always. Made it so I had to hatch him earlier than he was ready, and he came out hungry. Too hungry for me to handle. He kept trying to get at me, so I had to hole up down here. Been stuck since fucking Wednesday morning. Or Wednesday night. Damn roots won't let me leave, and they've clogged up the drain, so I haven't been able to call that witch to get her to make things right. Oh, I hate when it looks at us. But I'm a man of preparedness. I figured I could wait it out until Bo here decided to trespass. Guess he lost a tussle with my boy, and the two of them wound up down here with me. That about sums it up, I guess, in the end. It's only fair. A son for a son. And birth ain't ever pretty, is it? It's not like doing it the old-fashioned way as all sunshine and roses. Just hope he winds up looking more like a person when he's done cooking. Don't give a shit about your story, Tremaine. None of that gives you a reason to shoot a cop. Self-defense. Castle doctrine. Avery, what is going on down here? You don't have to answer, kid. I don't need my business explained to every stranger who decides to pay me a visit. It's okay. Deckard has been through a lot of stuff like this lately. He must be an expert at this point. So Julius hatched a baby out of the pumpkin, the really big pumpkin. You probably saw it upstairs. And then he was stuck in the basement for a couple of days while it was upstairs crawling around looking for food. Then, unfortunately, Bo showed up. All I heard was some yelling and crashing around up there, and I wound up with this shit on my hands. So I called the kid to try and help me sort it out. Do you want me to tell you something I didn't tell Lilac? Sure. That's me. Julius thought my plant expertise would come in handy. Oh god. This is timed. Oh no. Speaking of literally getting rated. Actually not timed. Okay, well. Hello people. You've caught us literally at the end of this. I don't know how long this is. Dialogue timed. Okay. Okay, so for those who don't know who I am, hi, I'm Deckard Acewood. We play a lot of RPGs and challenge type stuff on this channel, but right now we're playing a very creepy visual novel. I will say, if you're at all interested in Scarlet Hollow, if the idea of creepy, somewhat eldritch horror-y visual novel sounds cool to you, be mindful that we are very far in the story right now. Sass, cute, pass it on. Oh no, Sass, you can't escape it. Okay, so anyway, let me shout her out because she won't shout herself out. Snacks and spells. There we go. You're playing Warframe. Sass's cute mind virus. Truly the most terrifying SCP. Alright, so we're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on down here. Anyway, so enjoy this site. I can't say it's been that helpful though. I feel like the baby is freaking out more than ever. Getting it out of Bo without killing him doesn't seem easy or possible. Would have been easier if everybody in town hadn't decided to show up uninvited. I hate to run and raid and run, but I gotta feed the gremlins before WoW raid later. Alright, feel free, Sass. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck. I'm sure they'll be very sweet beans. I hope they're not terrified by all of the fleshy growths. Okay. Let's see. They'll be fine. Okay. Bo, you alive? Uh-huh. Got it back to Mama. Worry about me. I think I can see it. Look, all those bumps under her skin. That thing really did go in deep. That thing's my son. You will address him as such. Sorry, Julius. Listen, clearly you need something. You woke up talking about the witch. You want to know where she is? I can tell you how to find her. If none of you does anything stupid, I'll tell you what I know. Sound fair? Oh, I hate that. Conversation is interrupted by Bo shifting uncomfortably as the creature lets out a guttural moan. So what? We're supposed to just wait until the Calloway kid dies? That's exactly right. My kid gets born and we all forget this ever happened. The situation. Maybe if we let Dr. Kelly in here, she can help. We might save Bo without killing your son thing. I don't know if Julius is the one you have to convince. The baby's pretty freaked out right now. It's been getting worse ever since everybody started coming in. It's trying to protect itself. That's right. My boy's got excellent instincts for self-preservation. But unless he decides to let her come down here, we'd best leave it be. Bo and the baby. Maybe we offered him something better. I don't like the implication of that. How do you know it'll stop with Bo? It sounds like it was hunting you before it found him. What happens if it gets hungry again? I don't appreciate you trying to pick all this apart. Just sit there and stay quiet. We won't have any trouble, got it? You won't get the chance to go after Julie. I'll be taking you in. Not if you hurry up and die. Okay. I don't like this thing at all. Okay. I'm gonna save that. Okay. We talk about the witch at all? Are you glad I told you? Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's something someone important I have to get to. Someone connected to the witch. She's in trouble. It's urgent. Miles said you had a notebook that you've asked him a lot of questions. He sent me to get you to help fixing something that's wrong with the world. She clearly betrayed you. This doesn't seem like she promised, does it? Yeah, but none of you people have any patience. He needs time, he needs food. Can't be easy making a baby this way. It's not easy making it normal way either, from what I hear. But is it still beautiful even the way it is now? I disagree. It's even alive, you should be horrified. Okay. Do we destroy it? The thing is, even if I kill it, there's no guarantee that Bo survives. Because, like, this thing is buried in him. Julius has a gun. Yeah, but I have mystical bullshit powers. And if I lunge for the baby, he's not gonna shoot me because then he might shoot the baby. I would just say that though. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what we would offer him. Okay. What were the terms of this deal? When I caught her doing what she was doing, she offered me this ritual thing in exchange for my silence. Offered it right away, like she could see right through me. Knew exactly what I wanted most. I suppose she didn't know was I'm not the kind of man who turns somebody in anyway. Her business was her business. She didn't have to bother giving me some recipe to cook a boy from dirt, blood, and pumpkin seeds, but I took it anyway. Then I just sat on it for a while, till a moment of weakness. What was the ritual? Did you do something to Duke's pumpkin? It wasn't his damn pumpkin, it was on my property. And the only reason it got as big as it was I fed it my own blood every night since the day it was planted. Bleeding on the dirt like some kind of Satan worshiper. If that'll make it mine, I don't know what does. God knows I felt crazy doing it though, but I'm not proud to say my judgment was a bit clouded. I was in a bad way. The thought of bringing a boy into the world was just about the only thing that made me feel I should stick around. Not that any of you know all about that. Only serves as an explanation as to why I trusted her in the first place. I'm gonna try and destroy it. Someone has to destroy this thing. The waiting brings you to your limit, brings you past it. You move quickly, diving across the small room, scooping up the shears on the floor as you zero in on Bo, thing slowly eating its way through him. Hey, hey! The shears come down on the thing, piercing it. It's unnatural soft flesh. Bo's stolen blood pours out of its orifices in a thick sludge. Ugh, horrifying. Bo gasps as him you stabbed, the thick veins under his skin expanding, writhing. No! You'll pay for this. You whirl around and see his gun train on you, your heart freezing in a split second of utter terror. Franklin stumbles forward trying to reach for his gun, but is able to stifle a cry of pain. His attention is pulled away from you towards the sorry sight of the cop trying to desperately wield his pistol. Julius, we're not killing anybody. Give me the... A gun goes off, you dive to the floor, panicked, your ears ringing uncomfortably. Oh, he shot Avery! Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Avery's gasping on the ground near Bo. Their patterned shirt is stained with their own blood. What have I done? Where's the boy and now you? He raised the gun to his own head. Bro, this sucks. Julius. Whatever Avery's about to say is silence when Julius pulls the trigger. Stop killing everyone. Once again, the world feels quiet in the aftermath of the gunshot. Julius's body slumps against the wall, limp and dead. A bullet hole smoldering his chin. Good fucking riddance. Ugh. It seemed you did not manage to finish the job. Ugh. Move it before it grabs him again. Deckard Bo alive can live. Baby can have me. We can get the doctor to fix you. You might not even be dying. No, this is it. Just let it be for something. I desperately don't want to attach this thing to anyone. No, you don't deserve to die like that. The doc can fix you, I'm sure. The last connection to its womb has been severed and the house groans unnaturally, straining as the meat infiltrated its walls dies. Tossed in the corner, finally unclogged, burst of life, water pours out into the dark floor, mixing with the fresh blood and tissue in the charnel house slurry. And the vines blocking the door go slack. Be okay, kid. I've held out this long, you can too. Avery is quiet now, words seem too strenuous. Kid? Your hands are wet, the water is spreading, pooling around you, making the floor slippery with mud. Somebody help. Call the doctor. Still up there? Room's clear. Dr. Kelly rushes down the now unblocked stairs, her eyes wide with horror at the scene in the basement. What the hell happened down here? Bo, can you hear me? I'm getting a checkup. I'm shot as well, ma'am. The diner kid Avery, too. Need a hospital. I better make some calls. Everyone stay with me. Let's get the hell out of here before it floods. Put your chest down, there's no denying it. What are you talking about? There's no water. But there is, you just can't see it. Words are swallowed by the flood. What? Like you're choking. There's water in your lungs, or there should be. Your ears are filled with the sound of rushing current. It's cold and dark. And there are people screaming somewhere. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate this so much. Bodies in the water with you. They're all dead. 1,000 corpses, 1,000 homes, all torn to pieces. But the flood recedes. It hasn't happened yet. You are the mother of a daughter, and your daughter has told you about her terrible dream. Gonna kill everyone. You're not the one who had the vision, not yet. It's only been described to you by the daughter who has been teaching, as your mother taught you. You're the only one who can stop it, mother, but you won't be strong enough. Her words are heavy. How can you be so sure? Maybe it's only a dream. It's not a dream. You know I've seen things before, and they've always been true. Take my power, mother. I give it willingly. It's the only path that leads to anything but death. They would live, but you would die. It's not death, mother. It's a return. And what's one life against 1,000? Your daughter is confident. She's already decided this is what has to happen. Accept and take your daughter back. You accept your daughter's decision. She's not the child she once was, but there is a confidence in her that you have no choice but to respect. You take her back. Our power becomes yours. The flood does not come. The village is saved, and no one even knows the sacrifice that was made for their lives. No one but you. Years have passed. You outlive everyone you used to know. You move on, you meet new people, you start a new life. You have another daughter. This time the vision is yours. The piece of your first daughter that lives in you is showing you what's coming. Rotting bodies in the streets, the smell of sickness on the wind, church bells ringing for an endless parade of funerals, an entire city whose gates will never reopen. Everyone inside the walls falling to the curse of the plague. You are among their number, your body no longer strong enough to heal itself. You are not even enough to stop it. Not as you are. There's another path, a narrow thread. If you were stronger, you could tug at it and unravel the tapestry of the future. Mother, what's wrong? Your daughter will never be as strong as you are, not after what you had to do. But she still carries in her some strength. Explain it to her as it was explained to you. You tell her what's coming. You explain what she has to give. What she has to give up. What you both have to give up. You love your daughter after all. You will miss her, as you miss your first daughter. She is angry. Even when you try to explain that she will be part of you, she won't die. She cries and cries, and tries to run away from you. Fate is attempting to cut its loose threads. Let her go. Give up on the city. Your daughter leaves you. You resign yourself to the future. She's one of the first to die. The streets flood with disease and bodies are buried, then burned, then left in heaps on the streets until no one is left to remember any of their names. That's not how it happened. Oh, it forced me to do this. The entire city rests on this decision. Stop her from leaving. You do not let your daughter run from you. No plague comes. The city never knows that it would have been a rule. But there is an unhappiness in you she didn't understand, and what you took of her is angry, confused, restless. You'll have to carry that with you. It is part of the burden of what you are. This is why I cry. It is very sad. Though no one knows the depth of what you have done, over the years you have not escaped notice. You find yourself in a capital, in a place whose name has changed too many times to count. A war is brewing. The eyes of those who hold fate in their hands are on you, their lips asking which threads to pull and which to cut. And the tapestry is once again revealed to you. The war rages and it never stops raging. Bleeding that spans generations, children born to die. Decades of pain that leave a raw wound on the world. Or it ends before it begins. The few die for the sake of the many. You can guide powerful hands to crush those that need crushing. Only you have more power of your own. You call your daughter to you. You raise them differently these days. The disquiet left by the reluctant daughter taught you a permanent lesson. They don't need convincing anymore. They're ready to return to you whenever you need them. Take her back and stop the war before it starts. Star joins her sisters easily, as she's been trained to do. You're the only one who will remember her sacrifice in her name. A small rebellion is crushed before it becomes a revolution. The people in power are happy. You leave. You don't want to see any more visions of war. You set your sights on a place where there are no kings. And yet, even an ocean away, power finds you. A man with aspirations. Anyone can hold power here, you have discovered, if they are vicious enough to want it. No kings. Hell yeah, no kings. The hunger in him senses the power in you, and for a time, you humor him. You allow him to give you a life of comfort, you and your daughter. You don't see a future where he ever grows more powerful than you can manage, not until the vision comes. A war like none the world had witnessed. A fledgling nation devoured in the nest. A man who sits on a throne where none was meant to be. The world under his cruel fist bowing to its crushing weight. The very ocean stained red by his influence. He's already on his way. You realize too late. You've been too close to him to see it. Your choices have already narrowed. The war is coming, whether you strike now or not. The loose thread sticking out from the mass of blood, with you too weak to grasp it. But you have a daughter. You always have a daughter until you don't. Oh, man. Okay. It's time to rest, aren't you tired? Of course you are. The world needs you. You can't let it end like this. The part of you that is your first daughter can't let you. Take her back and erase the man before his name can mean anything. She joins her sisters, as is her destiny, and you remove him from the world. The hole where he was is filled by lesser men, none of whom remember the shoes they're stepping into, and none of whom can hope to command the way he would have. Blood is spilled. Less blood, but you still feel every drop. You hide yourself away from the world, you and your daughter. The visions still find you, but here they are small, simple. You make them all the same, helping where you can. Storm halted, a conflict settled, until one day, when you're shown a dark pit. Splintered wood, debris trapping everyone inside. Bodies burning as the very rock catches fire. Children screaming as their flesh bubbles, then silence as lungs fill with smoke. You know the choice that lies in front of you. Take her back. She joins her sisters as so many have before her. Disasters averted, lives are saved, and you have another daughter. But that's not what happened. Oh, not this time. You take your daughter's hand and you look in her eyes. They're green like yours. You don't want to do it this time. The collapse did happen. I know! You stare over the hills together as a plume of smoke rises in the air, but you can't hear the screams from here. You'll assume that you'll die one day like anyone else. After all, you're long past due. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to know your grandchildren before you go. Then the man comes, and with him a vision. He has already decided. He's bringing something here, something ravenous that doesn't belong. But that's been pressing at the edges of your world, trying to find a way in. It has its way now, whether you help him or not. More of the thread you've followed comes into focus, and for the first time, you follow it beyond your death. Disaster after disaster, crisis after crisis, thousands of years. Little cuts that weren't meant there to mend. On and on it goes, longer than you ever hoped to follow. Its toll eternal and incalculable. But there's a new thread too. If you're patient enough, if you're strong enough when the moment finally comes, if you do everything right, you can devour this thing that sits outside the world, and it will give you so much power that you'll never have to take a daughter again. You could fix as many things as you care to fix. Floods, plagues, wars, kings. You look into her green eyes so much like yours. No, but you did. No! Take her back and summon the entity into the world. You welcome her back as you have with every daughter before her, and you help the man. He is arrogant. He cheats the thing from another world in every way he can. He wastes your time. There will have to be more daughters before the day comes that this will be over. But days and daughters come and go, and you are very patient. You have to be, if you're to stop the hurt that would scar a world without you there to guide it. Now here you are, on the cusp of the end, the final daughter. Deckard, what are you doing here? Are you real? Doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a dream or not. I've already made my decision anyway. Don't bother trying to talk me out of it. I finally have a real purpose. Now that I know what that purpose has always been, I can't go back, or it would hang over me for the rest of my stupid small life. Ooh. I've only seen bits and pieces of this game, and it seriously continues to interest me. Senti, play it, message me what you do. Senti, I think you should play this. I think Lamb's recommendation is on point. This is a very weird game, and it's not even done yet. Like, there's so much crazy shit to experience. It's not done. It still has, I think, 2 chapters left. Yeah, this is part 1 of chapter 5 of what is apparently 7 chapters total. Okay. I finally have a real purpose, and now that I know what the purpose has been, I can't go back or it would hang over me for the rest of my life. Okay. We're on part 1 of episode 5. Oh, so is this the entirety of episode 5? Okay, well, either way, definitely wishlisting it. Yeah, you should. You should definitely. I saw your brother today. He didn't understand what was happening, but he was so upset about it. He's most of the reason I even found you. Miles? He doesn't even like me that much. He always thought I was bossy and annoying. He was upset? It must just be because he doesn't remember how much he hates me. If he did, he wouldn't have felt that way. Everyone out there forgot about you, Kanika. It was like you didn't exist. It's okay. Part of all this, I'm surprised you were able to remember. You really do care about me, don't you? It's such a sweet thought, but it's okay if you forget too once it's all said and done. You need to be remembered. How do we know any of that really happened? Doubt all you want, but I'm not taking that chance, because if I turn back now, I'll know everything my mom could have stopped would be my fault. Do you even know what she's trying to prevent? That thing that Enoch brought, whatever it is, breaking out, causing havoc. All this disaster my mom would be able to stop if she takes its power for herself. I'm so much smaller than all that, but in this moment, I can be what stops it. I can be big enough. My life can be meaningful. Do you really feel like you have to sacrifice yourself for your life to have meaning? Working at a shitty little general store in a dying town? Yeah, I would call that pretty meaningless. And I think you and I both know I wasn't going anywhere in life. Sure, I told myself I'd get back to school, It's not like I was working hard to get out of there. I would have just sold the store by now. But I didn't, because some part of me knew I had to be here. Now I know why. You know, I don't think I've ever seen you without glasses before. Huh? Of course I should have known better than to think I could hide from you, Deckard. I wasn't trying to trick you for what it's worth, though I'm sure that doesn't sound very truthful. Please try to trust that this is all in your best interests. I'd hoped it would all be over before you could find me. I know it can be unpleasant to watch. I'd hoped to spare you, even if I knew my heart that all the worthwhile roads for you to walk would bring you right here before I could finish my work. But you know this has to be done, to save you, save Tabitha, save everyone in town. Haven't they all been stuck long enough? Kanika can't save them on her own, but I can. I wish this wasn't how this had to be, but it's the only way our story gets a happy ending. There's no illusion masking her words, no trickery. She's speaking her truth. But perhaps there remains a narrow path for you to walk. Narrow path, you say? We did find a thing that was carved in the wall. Speak the name that was carved into the cell wall. Of course, scratching on the walls. This was what it was for. Deckard, no, you don't know what you're... You don't have to know how to speak it. The thought of it brings the sound to your lips, the name forcing its way out, yearning to be free from your mind and used as the dagger it is. Oh, fuck! The dagger tears into her. Everything that is not her pours out of the delicate tapestry of her existence, the parts of her arranged so neatly scattering, their voices filling the dream around you, confused as her careful order is appended. A single dangling thread comes into focus. Deckard, wait. You can't see how this will benefit you because you don't understand the danger you're in. Your enemies have made sure you can't, not until it's too late. I am the only one who wants to see you walk free. But I understand why you wouldn't trust me. Of course I do. I've had to weave my own little lies as part of this ridiculous game. Please know that I'm not lying now. But if you don't believe a word I've said about your own safety, I'll give you something else too, something you need. As you are now, you're limited in your potential. There's so much more you could be. I could give you that. Consider it a wish granted. I only need to finish what I started. Oh, we could gain an extra trait. We could take an extra trait. But that would mean giving up Kanika. Oh, fuck. That's hard. Because there are things that we can only do if we have traits. And so it's possible that for the actual way to finish in a satisfying way, we need 3 traits. Ooh. No. I don't trust you. I don't trust you because there's so many times where you've basically forced me to do things. I think all of this is for you to get power, and you're offering me this because you know it's the only way for you to get this power. So I'm gonna pull on this thread. I pull this thread. You ignore her offer and you grab the thread and pull. The delicate tapestry is unwoven. The witch's careful work torn open, if only momentarily, as her daughter's hands are finally unbound enough to grab for their mother. Their cries are a song, calling out as they drag her down to the depths of their mass. Craving her warmth, her attention, her love, as it's been so long since she held them. Bro, did you just kill Sybil? I think I did. The thread woven backwards. The tapestry weaves itself shut around her. The cries go quiet, stated. The witch is gone. Kanika catches her breath in space once occupied by her sisters. Now she stands alone. What is that achievement? Pull the thread and reverse the tail. The thread woven backwards. Though she isn't really alone. Not anymore. She never will be. She wears the weave of all those generations of power. Someone has to. I just made Kanika the witch. Kanika is now the witch. What did you do to me? Welcome to the Dead Moms Club. Oh no. Oh fuck. If I was doing another playthrough where we'd be a sarcastic asshole, I would definitely say, welcome to the Dead Mobs Club. Was that really you earlier, or were you talking? Was that her talking through you? No, that was me. I said those things and I meant them. I really believe that I still do. She wasn't using her power right. I know you will. But I don't know anything. Magic isn't supposed to be real. She never told me anything about all this, let alone taught me how to use it. I'm just gonna mess it up. Am I supposed to do what she was going to do? I don't even know what that is. How do I save the town if I don't know what's wrong with it? There's so much pressure. I never asked for this. I don't think I can handle it. We can figure this out together. That's what we've been doing all week, remember? You're right. You're right. We can figure this out. You made it all the way here and did whatever it is you just did. Nothing is too much for us to handle. She takes a deep breath, collecting herself. Buy me her dress. I do like her dress. If we could find it, I would totally get you one. Like, look at this. We'll just take it one step at a time. First step, figure out how to get out of here. It's weird. Everything felt slippery before, like I couldn't hold on to anything, but now it's like I can see how it's all put together and where all the seams are. So if I just... You don't see whatever it was she was doing. The world around you just goes dark. You're moving like a current is carrying you somewhere, pulling you upwards. Your body is ascending rapidly until finally you surface. Oh, hi Marky. Thanks for the lurk. You caught us at a weird time. Is it raining? I assume it's raining. Oh, hey. We climbed out of the fucking pile of garbage. Welcome to Tetanus Lake. You're outside, it's raining. You have no idea where you are. Tulip? Janie? Okay. This is the end of episode 5. Only one major content of it remains until the story reaches its conclusion in the final chapters. Stay tuned for updates on this final release, but join the Discord. Okay? If you'd like to carry your progress over to the final chapters, please save your game now. And that's the end of what is available. Holy shit. What a cliffhanger. So I'm going to assume that that's not what happened with you, Lamb. You killed so many people. Not intentionally. I'm really tempted to go back and see if I can resolve that some way. I told you I said, "Okay, thanks, bye." So did you just wake up at Tetanus Lake? I don't remember. Oh no. Alright. So that is as far as we can go in the story right now. I don't think we know when the next update comes out. Oh. Alright. No date yet. Oh no! Oh well. Okay, so... Damn. Axolotl. I'm sorry! Okay. So... God, I almost want to see if there's a way for me to save Avery and still have everything work out. But I know that's... The thing is, either Bo dies or Avery dies. Do you want to know the other endings I saw? I do, but probably not on stream in case anybody plays it, because they might hit those endings. And it might be some of it might be relevant for the next chapter. So I don't know how much like people are going to try and follow into the next chapter. Well, maybe it's not relevant to the next chapter. We'll see. Oh, man. Oh, it's so good. It's so weird, but it's very good. This is the kind of game where, like, you kind of want to do another playthrough just to know what else you can change. Like, there must be a best ending, right? Where as many people survive as possible. At this point, I do trust Wayne. No best ending. Well, so you say that now, but I wonder once we have all the chapters out, if there's like an ideal way to end the game. I saved so many people. I have not. Well, I have saved a lot of people, but not as many as I could have. It's kind of the opposite of the dev's vision. I guess that's fair. Me trying to do the best ending is not good. I'm eternally the protagonist. I can't stop. Bro, imagine being cursed. I know, right? Okay. Well, I guess with that, that's the end of Scarlet Hollow for now. We will pick this up again whenever the next when the next chapters come out, when the final episodes come out. But until then, like, we'll just have to chill out and wait to see more. Man. Replaying the game is also good to get info you couldn't get in a single run. That's fair. So when I say, I'm not saying to replay the game to get, so when I say best ending, I mean in a similar way to the way Detroit Become Human works, where, like, not everyone survives, but there's an ending where the most people survive. And that may be, like, difficult to do. You may have to have, like, a specific setup and do, like, specific things for that to happen. So I would be curious to know how that goes. Best ending, you marry Reese. I imagine. All right. So anyway, that was very fun. Very enjoyable. Thank you again, Lamb, for the recommendation and for cursing all of us with having to wait as you have. Your run is my canon event. You started my villain arc. I'm sorry. The trait saves are the only point where you can get a better outcome for dilemmas, and you only have 2 per run. Yeah, so I know that. I guess my curiosity is, what combination of traits will lead to the best ending at the end of everything? I'm saying, disregarding that this is currently the end of the story, when the final chapters are released, there are going to be multiple ways that the story can end. I am curious to know which combination of traits and choices will lead to the best potential ending. Hot, obviously. Yeah, clearly it's gotta be hot, right? Okay. So, this is, unfortunately, the end of Scarlet Hollow for now. We will come back to this whenever the final stuff comes out. I promise you that. We will definitely come back to this. But, I'm hot. Bad things can happen to me. Oh, truly. I can't argue. Okay, so. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. Oh, man. I love you, Clone High. New run name. New run name. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. It's just, what would their traits even be? Strong and hot? Just hot? You somehow find a way to just pick hot? Can I pick hot twice? Of course, you can find a best ending for you, especially, but what counts as best ending may vary from people to people. That's, of course, that's also true. And I'm not saying necessarily that it would be like the best, unequivocally the best ending, but more so I'm thinking like from a narrative perspective, what will be like the ending that feels the most complete for the most people. Unequivocally best ending, marrying Reese. I mean, hey, he does got that bod. Is it better or worse for me to say that I too used to be very tall and lanky, even lankier than I am now when I was in high school? Who are you rating to? I don't know. Tell you what, let me end, I'm gonna end the VOD there. So we will continue next time the chapters come out. So until then, thank you all for joining me. Have a good evening. Have a good day. Have a good night. Wolfles is streaming. Okay, let me check the